Hi, Linda Bowen here from stampingwithlinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today, I am going to teach you three-stepping with the Picture Perfect stamp set and What I Love stamp set. The What I Love stamp set is a free set that you can get now until the end of March 2016 during our celebration sale. And the Picture Perfect set is a three-step with lots of different stamps. We have the flower and the starfish and the hummingbird. The fun thing about the three-step stamp set is that Stampin' Up! On the photopolymer labels 1, 2, and 3 on which stamp we should stamp first. Unfortunately, when you remove them from your case, it doesn't show you a 1 or a 2. So what I have done, I actually put a 1, a 2, and a 3 on my stamp so that when I'm stamping, I know which one I'm to use first. So I'm going to bring in my paper piercer and a scrap piece of paper. The colors that I'm going to be using are Smoky Slate, Tip Top Taupe, and Early Espresso. I always want to start out with my boldest stamp and my lightest color, so Smoky Slate is the lightest color. Now Stampin' Up! Has put this little arrow on us to show the direction we want our hummingbird to go. Now I could put a dot on my paper to line that up, but I have found that the eye of the hummingbird works the best for me to line it up. So I'm going to just stamp down, hold it down, make sure I get all of that covered. Again, I'm using number 1, which is the more solid of the hummingbird. Next, I'm going to bring in my Tip Top Taupe. This is a different shade, and I'm going to use number 2. I'm going to ink that up. And again, I am going to just go in, and I am using that eye to kind of line it up, like so. And I'm going to stamp. So I've got my hummingbird, like so. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Early Espresso. Again, lining that up by the eye. I'm going to stamp down, and I've got my hummingbird. Isn't that pretty? Next, I'm going to take my Calypso Coral, and I'm going to do its little chest in the Calypso Coral. Just going to line that right up. That's what's nice about the photopolymer. You can see exactly where you're stamping, and I've got my hummingbird done. I have already taken and stamped another hummingbird, and I fussy cut him out. And then I'm going to bring in my Wink Stella. This is a glitter in a pen. Absolutely love it. You just shake it, and you squeeze the barrel, and you get glitter up in, and it really gives you an iridescent look to your project. The thing is, you don't want to get too much up into the barrel, but enough to give you that glistening look. So just going to kind of rub that around. It dries very fast. I don't know if you can tell in the video the sparkle from that, but very elegant. I'm going to set that aside, and next what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that flower that is actually a three-step flower, and that's from the What I Love celebration stamp. And I am going to use the bold flower first. I'm going to use that Calypso Coral, and I'm going to ink, but I'm going to stamp off. So I've stamped off. I want my little arrow just pointing right off my paper. So I've got one flower, stamp off, another, stamp off, and then I'm going to put one down here at the bottom. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that other stamp, which is more of an outline, and I'm going to go full strength. So again, I love the photopolymer because I can kind of see where I'm stamping. But the cool thing is with the two-step stamping, if it's not exactly on, it is still okay. It still gives you an elegant look. I'm going to kind of twist that around, stamp again, and one more time. Isn't that pretty? Next, I'm going to go in with my smoky slate. This is the words from the hummingbird, and it says, "Dream without fear, love without limits." So I'm going to kind of stamp that down here towards the bottom. I'm going to bring in that hummingbird, and he's already dry from putting that Rincostella. I'm going to take and just kind of curl that cardstock so that I have him like he's flying. Now I see I put my flowers on the opposite side of my page, so I really can't have my hummingbird going into the flowers, but I can have him off. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and bring that stamp back in, ink, stamp off, and stamp a couple more flowers here. Ink, stamp off. And even though I didn't get a full coverage, when I do that outline, it's just going to cover that right up. Remember, in nature, all flowers are not exactly the same. So that now I have the flowers so that my hummingbird can go into him. So I'm just going to aim right down there. Got a piece of Early Espresso. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. Going to put that on the front of my card. And then the piece that I stamped on is actually 3 3/4 by 5, so it'll go right on top of that. You noticed I put my adhesive on my card. Always should put your adhesive on your smallest piece of cardstock. That's why I had to go in and get that Early Espresso. But isn't that a beautiful card? Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon.